Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something I think resonates with pretty much everyone. It's that whole journey of self-improvement, right? And just figuring out how to navigate life and all the challenges it throws at us. We're always looking for ways to grow, handle things better. And our source material for this deep dive is, well, it's really unique. We're not looking at old philosophy books or, academic studies. Instead, we're exploring some pretty profound insights that come from the raw, very honest lyrics of a rap artist. Specifically, we're pulling from the YouTube video Junk Work on You by mynameisjunk. It just shows that, real wisdom can pop up in unexpected places.
Absolutely. And that's our mission today, really, to unpack these lyrics. We want to pull out the actionable stuff, kind of a practical roadmap for anyone who genuinely wants to work on themselves, turning that maybe abstract advice into something you can actually understand and use. Concrete steps.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. The core message, he repeats it again and again, is you got to work on you. Super direct. But what does that actually mean? In the context of his lyrics, what's he getting at?
Well, right off the bat, he sets this tone of, deep personal responsibility.
Yeah.
And relentless effort. Think about those first lines. If you're struggling with something, it'll get better. Put your mind to it. Grind. Don't accept, never follow yourself. That immediate focus on your own will, your effort, the grind.
Yeah.
It's not just working hard, it's pushing past feeling stuck.
Right.
Deliberately saying no to self-sabotage, not settling. It's really about cultivating that internal control, believing you shape your outcomes, mostly.
Right, so it's active. You have to do something, not just hope. And he really hammers home that consistency point, doesn't he? Consistency wins races, others stay folded. It's not enough to just start, you got to keep at it.
Exactly. That connects right back to the idea that real growth is internal. It's ongoing. It needs you to show up every day, actively participate. And when he says, don't accept, never follow yourself, that's interesting. It's like he's challenging you to question your own limits, those stories you tell yourself that hold you back. Don't just accept them. Don't follow that negative inner voice. Push against it.
That makes a lot of sense. So, okay, we've got personal agency, consistent effort as the foundation. How do the lyrics then guide us through, well, the mental side of it, the tricky parts, the pitfalls Junk warns about?
Yeah, he gives some really clear advice there for, cleaning up your internal world and staying true to yourself. Don't be blinded by the trendsetter, cut all that negative out and that every vendetta. So it's not just about ignoring fashion trends, it's deeper. Shedding those external pressures about who you should be. And crucially, letting go of internal stuff. Grudges, resentments. Vendetta here feels like it's less about actual revenge and more about the emotional baggage you carry, against others, or maybe even yourself. That stuff just weighs you down, blocks progress.
Oh, okay. So it's both external noise and internal baggage. That's a key distinction. And something really relevant today, that bit about comparison. Quit comparing, don't be jealous, every path is different. That hits home, right? Especially when you're scrolling online, feeling inadequate looking at others.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, comparison really is the thief of joy, as they say. And building on that internal focus, the lyrics link it to ambition and imagination, how you manifest things. He says, manifestation's only working if you have ambition. And then don't be intimidated by your aspiration. Seek some inspiration from imagination. What's great here is how active it sounds. Manifestation isn't just wishing passively. You need that inner drive, that ambition. And you need the creative vision, the imagination to actually turn ideas into reality. It's like imagination gives you the blueprint, but ambition is what makes you actually pick up the tools and build it.
Yeah, it's not wishing, it's doing. Absolutely. And speaking of doing, Junk flicks the script a bit. He suggests that difficulty, the struggle itself, isn't bad. It's actually a sign of worth. What's the thinking behind embracing struggle like that?
He puts it so simply. If it's hard, then it's worth it. That's the calculation. This really taps into something psychologists call effort justification. We tend to value things more if we've worked hard for them. So the worth isn't just the final prize. It's the transformation you go through while tackling the difficulty. That's what builds your resilience, your problem-solving skills, your belief in yourself. The struggle is like a forge, strengthening your character.
So the struggle isn't a stop sign, it's almost an invitation to push harder. And then he follows up with that very direct call. Keep going, don't quit, no procrastination, whatever your occupation, just remain focused.
Absolutely. That act of keeping going when things are tough, that's where the real growth happens. And this struggle isn't just about achieving some external goal. It's tied directly to finding yourself, like the lyrics say. Even struggling ain't cheap. But really, that's the price, though. Through your troubles, you will find yourself a path that's right. It highlights how adversity often forces you to dig deeper, understand yourself better, figure out what you really want. The price of struggling is the self-knowledge you gain. Invaluable, really.
I love that. And this line, too. You can find gold in your work and not wear the rainbows. That feels profound. Finding value in the process and what you're doing right now, not just pinning your hopes on some future reward.
Yes, it's such a powerful counter to our culture's obsession with, external validation, quick results. It teaches you to be process-oriented. Find the satisfaction, the gold, not in some distant, maybe mythical rainbow. Find it in the daily effort, the dedication, the grit. It's about being fully present in your work, whatever that is.
That shift in focus from just the outcome to the process itself. Yeah, that
Yeah.
changes things. Okay, so we've talked internal work, embracing struggle. How does this inner transformation then show up externally? In actions, relationships. The lyrics touch on this too.
They really do. There's a strong focus on integrity, on character. If I say I'm doing something I do, it ain't a clown with it. Be about the things you say. It builds character. And if you ain't, I can't even stare at you.
Mhm.
Wow. That just highlights the huge power of being congruent. Your words matching your actions. It builds trust, not just with others, but with yourselves too.
Yeah.
Knowing you're someone who follows through.
Yeah, that's powerful. And then there's that simple but deep call for respect. You want equality, then treat all people equally. Cuts right through everything.
It really does. And for handling tough emotions, the advice is stop channeling anger and do it peacefully.
Hmm.
This isn't saying don't feel anger. It's about redirecting that energy, choosing a calm, intentional response instead of just reacting blindly. It points towards real emotional intelligence, self-mastery.
Okay, so self-awareness, handling struggle, building integrity. And then Junk seems to bring it all back to the mind as the control center. He says, master your mind first, and then you'll master life. What's the big takeaway there?
That's the core, isn't it? The idea that internal control leads to external mastery. If you can manage your thoughts, your reactions, your focus, then you can navigate pretty much anything. And this ties right into resilience, how you handle setbacks. Remember, mistakes you'll make them, but don't let them dim your natural light. That's shady behavior. Baby, do not be down with it.
Hmm.
The message is so clear. Mistakes happen. They're part of learning. They're feedback, not proof that you failed or that you should give up or feel bad about yourself. It's about self-compassion, keeping that growth mindset.
Right, so mastering the mind isn't just for inner peace, it's for making a real impact. And Junk, being an artist, he brings in that perspective on the value of his own work, but makes it universal. He says, the amount of control that you have as an artist, as an independent life, you can't put a price on that creatively.
Exactly. And what's so interesting is how that applies way beyond art, right, to any kind of work or project. He then really doubles down on the idea that the quality of what you do is more important than just chasing money or hype. Everybody trips out about money, 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 business, marketing, but none of that means shit if you ain't got good hay. Such a strong statement. The actual value, the quality of your output, your art, your service, your product, whatever, that's what matters most. Way more than just the marketing spin or focusing only on the profit. It's about the integrity of your craft, the long game, the deep satisfaction of doing good work.
Wow. Okay, so just to recap quickly, we've pulled out some seriously powerful ideas from Junk Work on You. The need to consistently grow in this, cultivating that right internal mindset, cutting negativity, ditching comparison, bravely embracing struggle as a catalyst for growth, living with integrity, treating people right, and ultimately mastering your own mind as the key to mastering life.
And if you zoom out, it becomes really clear that working on you isn't some destination you reach. It's a continuous journey, right? A constant process of refining, building, learning, evolving. Never really finished.
Absolutely. And the lyrics leave us with this really provocative thought to chew on, tying it all together. Why asking your accolades when you can aim for more, when life's a never-ending race, and you can stay the course gaining more and more games just to pay it forward? So if life is this ongoing race where we gain these games, these skills or wins to then pay it forward, what does that really mean for how you, listening now, define success beyond just your own achievements? And how could really working on you empower that bigger purpose, contributing something beyond yourself, something to think about?